Good morning. Pleasure meeting you. I
Morning.
am Ava Freeman.
Very nice to meet you, Miss Freeman. I am Miss Smith, and I'm the executive director here at the Boys and Girls Club. And I'd like to just thank you for coming out this morning and interviewing for the head basketball coach position. All right, so we'll get started. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Freeman.
I am a recent college graduate. I graduated from Florida A&M University with a degree in education. While attending, I was a four-year starter as a member of the women's basketball team.
Oh, wow. So you not only played basketball there, you were a 4-year starter.
Yes.
That is awesome. So you must have been pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll go ahead to the next question. Um, Tell me, what experience do you have that would make you an asset for this position?
I have played basketball since I was 9 years old. I grew to have a passionate feeling for the game.
Mhm.
I played in high levels of basketball, for instance, college. College is one of the highest skill leagues to play in. Playing basketball helped me earn a full athletic scholarship to college and helped me become the great player I am today.
Awesome. Very awesome. All right, we'll go on to the next question now. Um, what do you consider to be your biggest accomplishment or biggest achievement?
Well, my biggest accomplishment to me
Mm-hmm.
ever was receiving a full athletic scholarship. Scholarships, college money isn't cheap. Everyone knows that.
Right.
So receiving this scholarship really allowed me to recognize my full potential, how much
Mhm.
skill I am as a player.
Absolutely. And definitely college, is an astronomical amount of money these days. So the fact that you were able to go to college and come out after 4 years and being debt free, that is an awesome accomplishment. It is very hard to earn a scholarship at all, let alone a full scholarship. So the fact that you were able to do that, that is most certainly a big accomplishment. So kudos to you for that, Miss
Thank
Freeman.
you.
All right, so let's go on to the next question here. Um, Tell me, what do you consider to be one of your weaknesses?
Um, a weakness that I consider myself having
Hmm.
is a low tolerance for disrespect. I know a lot of adults will agree with me that, that having a low tolerance of disrespect is one of the first rule in their book. And me myself, my attention span for it is real short. It can be very short, and which is not a good thing, especially when you're working with little kids. Kids are not mature.
Hmm.
They don't get mature until they get older, especially little boys. So, um, working with kids should not just help them, but help myself and understand that um, it should help me understand that not just not it should help me understand that all kids do not learn the same, and some kids um they need to be pushed more. Some kids are already there, they already matured, ready to listen, and some are not. And it should really help me and understand that this is what you want, this is the job that you're going to get. And if you want this job, this is something that you have to overcome, and um which is something that I have to work on. So overcoming this challenge is by overcoming this challenge, I will gather myself and come to understanding with the obstacles that I'm going through. It will not be easy. So just in order to maintain myself, I'll always, talk to myself or even my mother and tell her that, I have a lot going on. And so it should really help me.
And what you said is very true. It can be a challenge at times when you're working um, with children. Even a person like me that has worked with children for many years. I still myself have weaknesses very similar to yours in terms of just not really being able to gather folks' attention, or just kind of with the disrespect, it kind of makes you a little angry from time to time. But the great thing about what you said that I liked is that you realize that that is an issue for you, something that you need to work on, and you are doing that. So, again, kudos to you for that. Now, since I asked you what some of your weaknesses are, it's only fair that I ask you, what are some of your strengths?
Definitely. Some of my strengths are connecting with younger people in a positive way, and my ability to listen and be objective in my decision making.
Awesome, awesome. I believe that most definitely will be very helpful for you in this position here. All right, so we'll move on to the next question. What made you apply for this position?
I feel as if I have a similar background with many of the children here. Because of the fact that it is easier to relate to them, it will be easier to form a strong relationship with them.
Definitely, because many of the kids here, obviously they're young, so they're starting playing basketball, or they started playing basketball at a very young age, like yourself. So I could see why that could help them to be able to relate to you more, because you've kind of gone through this yourself. So it's not just you telling them. You actually have real life experience that you can share with them as well. So I do believe that'll be very valuable for you here. Okay, so why should we hire you, Miss Freeman?
Um, this job should hire me because I currently just played basketball not too long ago in college, and having a recent experience with basketball should really help me with players I coach. The learning style would be very fun with kids. It teaches me different things about how people learn. Some are fluent learners, and others take more time to process things. This job experience should give me all the knowledge I need in order to move forward to a higher level of coaching and give kids the opportunity to impress than just myself, but impress even their own parents. Parents don't know a lot of skills they had. They look at their child like, I never knew that, and I'm glad this person could get this skill out of my child, and now they can move on to be higher than what they even knew.
Absolutely. Many times it takes that kind of outside influence, if you will, to kind of bring out um, a person's potential. So you're very right with that. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's kind of end this on a light note. Tell me, who's your favorite basketball player of all time, and why?
Well, I have two.
Okay,
Um, I have two all-time favorite basketball players, which are Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson. The
okay.
reason being is because Kobe was a very inspirational person. Even outside of basketball,
Hmm.
people always looked at him as a leader, and him being gone will always hurt a lot of people and who looked up to him. And that should always give other people the inspiration or the courage to do things that he can do. Because Kobe will always, he always tell people to be great, be greater than me. People want to be like him, but he always say, don't be like me, be greater than me.
Right.
So, and my other one, Al Iverson, he's also one of my favorites because he is such an underrated player. When
Mm.
he stepped on the court, people just like, they laughed at him because he's short. Like, what is he going to do? But little did you know, he has a lot of skill and a
Yeah.
lot of just basketball knowledge. He has a lot of basketball IQ that was used and was
Hmm.
used to kill on the court.
Hmm.
And so he was always be one of my favorite professional basketball players of all time.
Wow, those were two very good choices. I think Kobe is, obvious, kind of the obvious choice there, so that's quite understandable. But Allen Iverson, that was a very good choice as well. A lot of people If I'm not mistaken, a lot of people don't realize that not only was he great in basketball, he was great in football too.
Yes.
So he was a very well-rounded athletic young man. So I can definitely see why you would be impressed with him and he'd be one of your favorite players. So, well, thank you so much, Miss Freeman. It was a pleasure meeting you today. You are definitely going to make it quite difficult for us in our decision, but that's a good thing. So we will get back in contact with you with our decision as soon as possible.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me.